Welcome to this quick tutorial. I wanted to share with you or the viewers a quick program that I have been using in my own classroom, Socrative, as you can see up here. Simply, it is Socrative.com. This is a web-based program, so there's no software to download. Everything happens in the cloud. It's a great program that I've used. It's a student response system, so you can not only create quizzes, but you can also do questions and games, and there's a few things that you can do with it. So I'm going to log in and show you my account, and then I'll come back. Okay, this is once you create your account, this is a login screen, and the whole format of this, the design of this is pretty simple. It keeps to my philosophy of keeping things simple, clean, easy to use, and I found it actually very easy to use, and so have the students, and I've had great response from it. So we'll log in. Okay, once logged in, this is the basic format of Socrative. There's a few things that you're assigned. Once when you create your account, you're given a room number, is indicated here to the right. This is the number that you'll use when you're creating online quizzes or student response questions that you can use in class. There's a few things that you can do with this. Okay, this is the basic format of Socrative. It's a very simple design, which I think is great because it doesn't complicate things. You can get in, you can design quizzes very quickly and efficiently. You can do live student response question and answer sessions in class. Quizzes can be teacher-based or student-based, or teacher-paced or student-paced, and I'll show you that here in a second. But the easiest thing, the main thing that I've used it for, is a great online quiz or test creation tool. So as you're looking at the format, it's nice, it's clean, it's simple. You can get in quickly and efficiently and design your quizzes or your student response sessions for your classes, and it's actually been a really great tool in my own classroom. I will just quickly show you how to we'll make a quiz real quick. So you'll go to Manage Quizzes here, click on Manage Quiz, and it will load it up for us. So again, you'll want to pay attention to your room number. This won't change. The room number will be what your students will always use to log into your whatever quiz you've created. So you can see from my account that I've already created a series of quizzes. So at any time I can go back and I can re-give a quiz, or we can retake a quiz. If a student's been absent, they can always come back and take the quiz later. So that's what's great. It's not just you don't just create it once and then it's gone. The quizzes are always here. So if you would like to create I'll show you a quick quiz that I've created. So we'll go to Edit Quiz. It opens up, and this is the format. You simply create your questions. You'll decide which type of question you would like to ask. I've got a series of multiple choice questions in this quiz, and I'll scroll down to the bottom and show you how to make a new question. You can choose simply. You can do multiple choice or short answer. We'll create a multiple choice. It's this simple. You type in your question here. And then you can create your multiple choice answers, be it A, B, C, D, example here. And again, you can write in anything you want here. And then you select the correct answer, and then you can go and you can create another question. I'll show you what a short answer question looks like. Again, you type in the question. And then you can create the appropriate response here. And then when you're done editing your quiz, you simply click Save, and it will do its magic, and that quiz has now been saved. So, and you can go in back at any time and you can edit your quiz. You can delete quizzes. Again, so these are the quizzes that I've created. This is the one that I just edited. So to create a new quiz from scratch, it's the same principle. You simply go to create a quiz, which is right here, and you'll see the same format that I just showed you. It just doesn't have any information in it. Another feature about Socrative, I won't get into too much right now, is that it gives you the ability to share. So once someone has created a quiz, each quiz is given a SOC number. And with that number, let's go back a screen, you can, if you have the appropriate number, you can import or use quizzes that other people have created. So if there's teachers in your school or other teachers that you might know of, or even anyone really that has created a quiz on Socrative, if you have that number, you can import that quiz into your own account, use it the way it's been set up, edit, modify it, use it the way that you would like. So that's quickly how a quiz is created. Now I'm going to show you what a quiz looks like from the student perspective, or how the quiz or test is actually given. So when you go back to the main screen, so to start or initiate a quiz, you're going to start from the main screen here. Again, I mean, the simple design keeps things pretty straightforward and things are easy to find. You simply go to Start Quiz. You're going to run a pre-made quiz. Now you have to create a quiz where you can run it, obviously. So we'll click Start Quiz. So once you have the quiz loaded, once you've selected your quiz, we'll select PowerPoint quiz. Once you have the quiz selected that you would like to give, there's two options that you have to do. A student-paced quiz means that the student can move forward or progress through the quiz as they answer the question. So as they finish question 1, they can then go to question 2, 3, 4, and so on. A teacher-paced quiz means they can only answer the questions as you allow them to. So if it's not specifically a quiz, but maybe it's more of an assignment-based or something, you're just learning as a learning tool within a class lesson, you can keep everybody on the same page, the same pace. I'm going to demonstrate the student-paced quiz for you and come back in and we can play with the teacher-paced quiz later. So before you give your quiz, there's 3 advanced quiz options down here in this bottom box that we can look at. There's the randomized choice options, disable immediate right-wrong feedback, and hide question explanations. I tend to select all 3 of these boxes when I give a quiz for varying reasons, but mainly just to keep the quiz quick, efficient, and keeps the student progressing forward. One key thing to remember as the students are taking the quiz is that it's always progressively moving forward. So once a question has been answered, you cannot go back. So the student answers the question, moves on to the next question, and that's why I choose these, because it just keeps the students on task without interrupting the flow of the actual test, quiz, or assignment. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like from the student version, but as a teacher, when you're ready to start the quiz, you simply I'll select student-paced quiz, you select student-paced quiz, and then you will see this screen. And you can click on live results, and the results will show you each student that logs in. You'll see their name. You can see how many questions they've answered, what question they're on, how many questions they've got right. So it gives you almost immediate feedback on the students, their progress. It's a really great assessment tool, especially as you're watching the quiz and the tests being done. So once you have started the quiz, this is the screen the students would see. They would simply go to m.socrative.com. It will bring them to this page, and simply all they need to do is enter the room number, and that room number again will always stay the same. So once given the room number, they simply click join room, and the adventure begins. So typically the first question I always have is their last name, so they'll put in their last name, first name. I do this because when the quizzes are done and the results are downloaded, you can have everything in alphabetical order. And then everything is just, again, click submit, and the student moves on. So you can see this is where the quiz will begin. The question is displayed, the student chooses the right answer, and they simply move through their quiz. Now, I'm not specifically taking the time to select the right answers on these questions. I just wanted to demonstrate what the quiz looks like, what the question looks like, and how it's presented to the student. Now, as this quiz is going on, I'll move back to the teacher screen. This would be your view, or the teacher's view, or the educator's view. You'll see that each student that logs in, you'll see their last name, first name, if that's how you have them put it in. Here's the key thing. You'll see their progress. You can see I'm 4 of 25, and more importantly, correct answers, 1 of 24. So you can see out of 4 questions right now I'm sitting at about 25%. But this is a really great tool if you would like to see individual students and how they're answering their questions, the questions they're getting right, and this is all in the moment. This isn't after the quiz is done or after the students have left. So if there's a particular group of students or a student that you've been working with or really trying to follow, this can give you a live assessment tool that you can use as you're creating or as you're you're giving your test quizzes and checking for information and learning. Okay, we're going to, once the quiz is done, we're going to assume, I didn't finish the quiz that I was just demonstrating, but once it's done, the results will show up over here, and then you can have, I guess, again, the full list of students will be here, but you will click End Activity. When all the quizzes are done or you're ready to end it, you click End Activity, and you'll see this screen. Email report, download report, no report, cancel. So you can email the report to the email address that you use to create the account with. I choose to do that. That way it's emailed to me, and I've got kind of a backup copy of it. You can also choose to download report. I'll show you what the download report looks like. It downloads the report and it sends it into an Excel document, and I'll open it up here very quickly so you can see what it looks like. And the results are presented to you. So this is the results that are downloaded directly after the quiz is over. You'll have a list of the students' names, and then there's an individual view of each question and answer, and you'll see the questions that are wrong marked in red, questions that are correct marked in green. And again, so this is just kind of scroll to the right. I didn't finish the quiz. Over here at the end, you'll see it gives you the score. It gives you the score, total correct. It'll even give you a percentage once you finish the quiz. So save it. This is yours, and you can use that for grading purposes. Another feature with Socrative is the single question activities. You can do a multiple choice, true, false, short answer. With the short answer, you simply type it in. This would be a question that you give orally, or a question that's maybe been written on the board or up on your projected screen. You would ask the question. The student would then be able to submit their response here. If I can spell it right. They would click submit, and then all the responses would come in to one final report. So you can do the same thing with true, false, multiple choice. But overall, Socrative is a great tool if you would like to create quick test quizzes. You can incorporate it into live classroom discussions. It's also a great tool to receive immediate feedback. That's one of the things that I like about it most, is that as I'm giving a lesson or we're covering material, this gives you a great way to get responses back from the students that you can then in turn keep. So maybe over the old-fashioned way of pen and paper and turning it in at the end of class. This just gives you a nice, clean, simple format in which you can do it in. You can download the reports into Excel format, save them, come back to them, edit them, use the data that you collected from it. And overall, I've just had really great success with it. And the best part about it, it's free. Right now, Socrative, I believe, is in a beta testing. There's no charge for it. I have never been asked for money. They don't have any features that they charge for yet. I cannot guarantee that this won't change in the future, but as of right now, this is another great free resource that you can use in your classroom. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching.